How's it going, everybody? Doing another collection video here today. It's going to be my Xbox 360 collection. A lot of these games came from garage sales. I used to have a pretty sizable collection back in the day. I had 360 originally. I gotten it to get Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So it would have been March, it was April of 06. I think Elder Scrolls might have come out in, I don't know, maybe a month or two before that, or maybe around the same. It might have come out for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I need it. Couldn't wait. I got I guess it would be the base model 360 without the hard drive, so I had to get a memory card, which at the time didn't matter because I wasn't putting the games on the hard drive. Eventually you do. Then I got the PS3, didn't have the 360, ended up getting another 360. That's when I really went like hard with a lot of games. Yeah, that was between like 2010 and 2000 and like probably about 12, 13. I was playing a ton of games on the 360 and enjoyed a ton as well. But yeah, some of these games I have not played yet. This is a garage sale pickup here. The Wheelman, or just Wheelman, starring Vin Diesel. I believe I got this for $1 at a garage sale. It does have its map, as well as its manual. I actually do want to play this at some point because this is one of the games you cannot play on the Xbox One. I'm pretty sure this is not backwards compatible. I've seen video of it. It looks alright, kind of like maybe a GTA Lite, if you want to call it that. But eventually I want to play this one. This is one like I actually do want to at least play a little bit of. This came from, this is back on, I got this back on Long Island. This came from the Church thrift store, I believe. A few of these games might have come from there. Test Drive Unlimited. This is another one that isn't backwards compatible. I have not played this one though. I think there's a new one actually coming out. Here's a hidden gem. Stuntman Ignition. This game is fantastic. I originally played this on the, where did I go? I have this, I keep some of my receipts. I would have gotten this and 3 other games from the Video Game Trading Post in Bayshore for 9/8/23. I got Pit Fighter for Super Nintendo for $6. Rogue Agent for the original Xbox for $5. Gun for the original Xbox for $7. And this was $8. I originally played this on the PS3 back in the day, then got it again on the 360, and then picked it up again because I do enjoy it. It's not, if you've ever played Stuntman on the PS2, even the one on the Game Boy Advance is solid. That's like based off the first game. This one's awesome. Same kind of thing, trial and error. This one's a little easier, I would say. Same thing, movie parodies, getting yelled at by the director to do certain things. You're driving different types of vehicles. These are good games. Like I said, they're trial and error. I think this one has the Dante's Inferno parody. There's like a spy and the 70s detective movie parody in San Francisco. What are some of the other ones? There's another, a Whoopin' and a Hollerin' 2. The first one was in the first game. They made a sequel. There's another one with like an straight up action movie. I think that one's in the desert. And is this the one that has the Batman one? Or is that the first one? I think it's called Night Avenger or something. But it's a cool game. Check it out. I mean, it's going to piss you off. But once you start getting it, really doing it well, it becomes extremely fun. Couple of Splinter Cell games here. Splinter Cell Conviction. Cool game. This is probably I haven't played every Splinter Cell, but this is much more accessible than the original Xbox ones. They were on the PS2 and GameCube, I think, as well. Chaos Theory, Pandora Tomorrow, and just Splinter Cell. This one's a little more accessible. It's not as, I mean, you still got to be stealthy and stuff, but I feel like it's a little more accessible and it's not overly like punishing. Pandora Tomorrow, I think, was the one that was really a pain in the ass. you freaking breathe a little too heavy and you're screwed. But this one showed, it had the cool, I don't know if this was the first game that did this with the, like the objectives would appear on like a wall or something, or on the ground, you'd see it. I know other games started doing that. I don't know if this is the first. But you're Sam Fisher again. It's an awesome game. It's pretty brutal as well. I think you end up in the White House at the end of this one. Someone trying to kill the president or something. And you end up in the White House. It's a super cool game. It looks really cool. Here's another one I've not played yet. I got this maybe a couple of months ago. It was delivered here, I believe. But it is Splinter Cell Double Agent. Like I said, I have not played this one yet. I've seen video on it, so I do want to give this one a shot as well. It was pretty cheap. It was like $8. I got this off of eBay, I believe. If anyone's played this one, let me know how it is. I think you end up in jail in this one, right? You're a double agent. You're playing both sides. Yeah, here's a cool game. This is not in its original case. I think I swapped this case out to sell another game and gave this one the shitty one. This is Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. I think at the time I got this new for like $5. You're back as Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. This is in the future, so Solid Snake's done at this point. He's dead. I would think he was dead. Because, I don't know, does it tell you the year it takes place? This is also made with Konami Platinum Games, so Bayonetta, I believe they've done a lot of those kind of hack and slash crazy moves. That's what this is. Raiden is like pretty much a full cyborg almost. And I didn't play the full game. I don't believe I did, at least. But it was pretty fun running around. It's a completely different Metal Gear game. It's not, you're not getting your stealth in this game. This is a garage sale pickup, a dual pack of Lego Indiana Jones, the original Adventures, and Kung Fu Panda, which I have not played. I got it for this. I'd originally played this on the PS3. And if you're into Lego games and you like Indiana Jones, it's an awesome game. The second one's pretty good as well. The Adventure Continues, I believe it's called. But this is a super cool game. You're playing through the original movies, the three. The Adventure Continues brings Crystal Skull into the mix, but also playing through different things of the original movies as well. And it's got that Lego humor in it. I'm pretty sure they didn't talk at this point when this first one came out. I'm pretty sure they didn't talk yet. I don't know when that started. That started in the Lord of the Rings one. They used like just the movie clips. But it's, if you like Lego games, I think for me the Lego games are more like which ones if you're into the franchise that it's on. Like, I really like the Lego Indiana Jones ones. I like the Lord of the Rings ones and the Hobbit one as well. Star Wars stuff. Like, I like the Pirates of the Caribbean one, but I wasn't as into it as the others. I didn't do everything because I'm not into that franchise as much. So usually it depends on how much you like the franchise, I feel. LA Noire, awesome game. I think this one also came from that thrift store. This is like someone's actual receipt from when they got it. This was a 3-disc special on the friggin' 360. Awesome game. Nicole Phelps here, detective. Well, you start off as B cop detective. Spoilers. You end up getting demoted at one point to arson unit. This game at the time, I don't know, I haven't played it in a while, so I'm sure it still holds up fine graphically, but like the facial animations, because when you capture people, you got to interrogate them, and you got to go by their facial kind of tics and stuff to see if they're lying and things like that, and you go by evidence in your notebook and stuff, things you've talked about with other witnesses and cases to figure it out. It's cool. It looked great at the time. I know there was like issues about it when it was being made. Like it was like severe crunch time. People working endless hours to get it out. They never made another one. But it was really cool. You're in 1940s Los Angeles, and it looks really nice. Everything looks good. There's some chase sequences in there, well, either on foot or in a car. And like I said, every time you go to a crime scene, you're searching for things. You're picking them up and examining them. What's the guy's name who plays him? He was in Mad Men. He was Kenny. Oh, I can't remember his full name. In that, Aaron Stanton, I think his name is in real life. He was in was it The Ruins or something? One of those movies. He's been around, and there's some other people from Mad Men in here as well. The guy who played Malachi in the first Children of the Corn movie pops up in here. You'll recognize a lot of people from movies in this game. Rich Somner, I think, is in it. He was in Mad Men. He's also in Summer of '84. But it was a really, really cool game. Like I said, I don't know if it... I mean, I'm sure it's replayable. But I have not gone back to that game in a long time. Here is... I got this one when I was in Florida last month. As well as one of the other ones coming up. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is another one I wanted because it's only backwards compatible. It's not backwards compatible, so you got to play it on 360. I did complete this one. It was cool. You're pretty much just playing through Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This game is pretty much... You're running around Hogwarts, you're getting into duels, you're friggin' doing potions, and you're flying the broom around. Like, that's really almost what the game completely does. There's a few other little things you're doing here and there mission-wise, but it's so much of it is potion brewing, which is cool. You use a thumbstick, you gotta do certain things, pull them in there, you gotta get it right and stuff. The broomstick flying is fine. You're just going through like these star things, and then you gotta just do that, and then it ends. And the dueling's pretty fun as well, using the stick again to do certain spells. Looks pretty decent. Like I said, it's just following the movie, and it's a solid game. It wasn't too long though. You can go back and do duel and try to get better scores on your dueling and your potion making as well. But yeah, solid powder game. A couple of Halos here. First one is ODST, Halo 3 ODST. I love this game. I think this game's underrated. It's one of my favorite Halos. This has a campaign disc, and I never played the multiplayer in this one. I had picked this up again fairly recently because I really like the campaign in this. You are not a Spartan in this game, so you're not a super soldier. You're just a regular, what is it? I should say it here, orbital drop shock trooper. Although, what's his name's in this? From Firefly, Nathan Fillion, and he does appear in the 5th Halo, and now he's gotten the tests, the experiments, or whatever they do to make him, as he's now a Spartan. He was just one of the ODSTs in this, but it's cool. It starts as everybody's coming down into the city because the Covenant's invading, and New Mombasa, that's the Covenant control it, according to the back of the box. And you drop down, you're stuck, you go through, and then it's kind of almost like, it's almost a little survival horror-y, such as the parts of the original Halo when the Flood get first introduced. Flood are not in this. I'm pretty sure they are not in this game, the Flood. You do not see them in this game. I'm pretty damn sure you don't. I could be wrong, though. They're in the regular Halo 3, but you're not on Earth. Or do you? You know what? Don't quote me on any of this. But it's cool. You use different party members as well, different characters in your group. You use them for different missions. It's kind of like playing through what they saw in their missions and stuff. And you're fighting the Covenant again, but it's more intense now because you're not like kick-ass Spartan. You know, you got to be concerned. All the enemies are tougher, and the ones that were a pain in the ass, like hunters and stuff, when you are a Spartan, are even worse now and stuff. And there's the vehicle missions and stuff too. It's a really good Halo. Honestly, it's my top 5. It's probably actually in my top 3. It probably goes Halo, Reach, and ODST. They're my top 3. And here is Reach. Reach is awesome. This takes place before. When did I get this for? I got this with Splinter Cell and Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow. I paid $8 for this one. That was in April of 24. This one I played a ton of online when it came out. I remember I got it from Gamefly. I played the campaign. I'm like, a couple of friends, or my friends' brother played. You want to play some multiplayer? I played it. I'm like, this is kind of fun. So you can do it with Gamefly. You can just keep the game, and they'll send you the manual in the case, or you buy it. I think it was like $30. And then I met other people, and we played in parties from all over the place in the U.S., and we started playing. We were playing like almost every night. Everybody would sign on like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. You'd go to like 12, 1 in the morning just playing, you know. People being nasty to each other in the comments. Not the comments, the headsets and stuff. Typical friggin' stuff you're doing online, right? But I got actually pretty good at the multiplayer in this one. It was fun. But this game is a prequel to Halo. Master Chief is not. Master Chief is briefly just seen in it. He's being like brought somewhere. He's still in like a isolation pod or something. I don't know. I forget the names of these guys. They all bite it except the one guy I think doesn't, the sniper. But they all get taken out at some point. Cat is one of their names. She gets sniped randomly during a cutscene. A jackal sniper. She just is like, oh my god. And you're like, okay. The big dude, I forget his name. I think he crashes a Covenant ship into something. Another guy gets taken out. He takes out a couple of arbiters. Elites, sorry. Not arbiters. A couple of elites. That's what they are, right? And they eventually kill him. They overtake him. And your guy is like the quiet guy. That's the end mission, is you just fighting off as many as possible until you just die. And the one guy, I think he dies in Warthog. I forget their names, though. I forget all their names. Except Cat. I just remember Cat because I don't know why. But it's an awesome game, awesome shooter, looks great. It's cool too because you're like, they already know who the Covenant is, but you're like engaging them and stuff. It's just really good. The soundtrack's great as always in these Halo games. And it's an awesome shooter, honestly. It's fantastic Halo. It's really good. And no Master Chief in there, and it's still an incredible game. Obviously, you're using the Spartans, but these Spartans I don't think are as good as Master Chief. What is Master Chief, a 2 or a 3? I don't know the complete lore of Halo. They did botch this completely in the show where Master Chief was on Reach when it gets glassed. He was not. He was not fighting people outside of his armor in this game. It is an awesome game, though. It's classic Halo gameplay. The last one Bungie did, right? The Bungie ones are much better than the other ones. I did like Infinite quite a bit, but 4 and 5, they're not bad games, but they just don't they don't come close to the other ones. I don't know. They almost feel like more generic shootery. Infinite was definitely a step up, at least for me. I like that one quite a bit. This is a game that came out 2013. GTA 5. This is a garage sale one. I borrowed this from my friend on the PS3 back then. This one's got the map. I picked this game up repeatedly at garage sales over the years. It's GTA 5. It's still going. It's still going. It's been released on 3 different consoles now. You got Trevor, Michael, and Franklin in this one. You can switch between the 3 of them. And usually when you go to another one, they're doing something weird. Well, Trevor's usually doing something weird. Vice City is my favorite GTA. I obviously, this game is awesome. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's a little too, especially coming off of 4. 4 was the most serious GTA. It still had the goofiness, but it was definitely the most serious story. This one is just straight up goofy. Like, I don't think there's anything serious about this. But you're doing some heist missions in this, which are really cool. One involves, I think, getting a little submarine. You do a lot of cool stuff like that in this. It's the driving, you're shooting everybody, you're getting the star ratings. Like I said, you can use 3 characters in this one, which is cool. And it's a big, San Andreas. Is it San Andreas or Los Santos? And San Andreas is part of Los Santos, but it's a big game world. You're finding stuff. It's not to the level of Red Dead 2, but it's a pretty solid game world. You're doing cool stuff. The characters are all good. Trevor's kind of the nuts one. Franklin's probably the level-headedest of the 3. Michael used to be friends with Trevor, and then he kind of betrayed him, and they meet up again later in the game. And there's tension there, but Michael's also a bit nuts, too. Let's not pretend like he isn't. Franklin's the one that's the most normal of the 3. But they're all cool characters, and at the end you have a choice to like betray the other ones. I'm like, who would do that at this point? Like, I remember there's like a crooked FBI agent or some shit you're doing stuff for. Someone's got to take him out. Someone's got to take like a mob guy out. It's GTA 5. It's a good game. It's a great game. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's not overrated. It's just, I think for me personally, it's not my favorite. Vice City is, and I think 4 is almost underrated at this point. I gotta say, I'm not overly hyped about 6. When it comes out, I'm gonna play it, and I know I'm gonna enjoy it. So it's not like, oh, I'm never gonna play it. But Elder Scrolls is the one I want to get hyped for, but God knows that will probably never come out. But I will obviously play GTA 6. But I'm not gonna be getting it day one and being like, oh God, here we go. GoldenEye Reloaded. Disappointing. I have not beaten this yet. I got this somewhat recently. I did a gameplay on my other channel. This is a remake, right, of GoldenEye. Based on the GoldenEye movie, the Nintendo 64 one is 10 times better than this. This almost feels like a generic shooter, almost in the vein of GoldenEye Rogue Agent that came out on the original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. It's the guns have less of an impact. Like they don't feel good compared to even the one on the Nintendo 64. It looks fine graphically, but it just comes off. I think I'm on like the third mission or something. It just comes off very I don't know, generic to me in a lot of ways. And it's not like it's not terrible, but I don't know. I was hoping for this to be really, really good, I guess, and it wasn't. I'll eventually get around to finishing the rest of it, but I don't know. It was disappointing for sure. Final Fantasy 13-2. I got this new, I think, like $10 or $12 off Amazon. This is another 2-disc jammy, I think. Is it? Actually, no, it might only be one. 13. The first 13 is on 2. I got to get 13 again, because 13 is really cool. I didn't play a ton of this one. I played some of it on the PS3 back in the day. It was a little different. You're kind of bouncing back and forth, I think, between different groups and stuff. But I got it because it was cheap, and I kind of wanted to throw it, get added to my Final Fantasy game collection. And, maybe one day I will pop it in and give it a serious play. Because this one you can play on the Xbox One. GoldenEye you can't. The Bond games you can't. The Potter games are not backwards compatible. Here's a hell of a shooter. Fear 2. I got this one for $10 at the same video game trading post. Yep, there it is. When did I get this one? 10/9/23. Awesome game. You're not the point man in this one. You're just a random dude that Alma takes a liking to. It's creepy. The first one's probably creepier, but this one is creepy as well. You have to slow down. I don't want to say the first Fear introduced the slow down. Because these are the guys that made Condemned, so they know the creepiness. It is creepy. I think this one has the school in it. That's pretty creepy. But you're slowing down. You're taking people out. Alma does appear at the end. I forget what happens at the end. I beat it back in the day. I'm pretty close to the end this time. I think something crazy just happened, but I really call them the replicas. She's controlling the replicas, I think. That's like the clones, I guess. But it's a cool shooter. It's fun. It still looks good. Shit's going flying. You use a slowdown. You're blowing away fucking everybody. It's fucking fast-paced. It's a really cool game. Fear 2. Project Origin. The first one's probably a little better. And I think I played a little bit of the third one. The third one's when you use Paxton Fentel, is that his name? He's the bad guy in the first. I don't know if he pops up in this, but he pops up again in the third. You're playing as the point man again, and because the point man's his brother, and he's there as well. I think he might end up being the main bad guy. That one I can't remember. Fable 3, really cool game. This one came from a garage sale. A lot of people shit on this game a bit. I don't know. I liked it. This one, you have to collect the more like money or something you save up by the time the end thing happens where everybody gets wiped out. More civilians will be saved. It's Fable. It's a bit goofy. You run around doing stuff. Combat's pretty fun. Looks nice. I do remember enjoying this. I can't remember a ton of it. I played this back during that run, 2010, like 2012. Dragon Age 2 is the other game I got from the GameStop. Haven't played it yet. I heard it's pretty good, though. Dead Space 3. I like this game. It's not as good as the first two Dead Spaces, but they did some new things in this. Where you're almost doing some open world stuff. You'll like bounce to like other derelict spaceships and go in and do little side things, which is kind of cool. I want to say it was the DLC for this one where like what are the things called again? Does it tell them? I forget what they're called. Like not necromorphs, but are they necromorphs? Is that what they're called? I think the moon is one, and like there's a DLC where it literally like eats the earth or some shit. Am I wrong on that? This one's in the snow too a bit in the beginning. It's a cool game. It's still got the classic action and stuff, and you're still what's his name, whatever his name is. I can't even remember. It's cool, a little overlooked, I think, because it's not as good as the first two, but it is still solid. And they tried some new stuff, which was cool. Condemned Criminal Origins. I talked about this in the underrated video. Great game, creepy horror game made by Monolith again. Fear people. You're Ethan Thomas, FBI agent. You're doing stuff. The hand-to-hand combat's good. Like I said, it's creepy. You're doing some forensics work as well. But you're framed for a murder because the killer takes your gun, and you're getting help from another partner. It's a cool game. I'm not going to go into it completely like I did in the other video, but it is a good game. It's really good. World at War, this is the other one I got from there. I didn't play, I think I played this full, I can't remember, a while back, but it's classic Call of Duty. This was the first one, is this the first one made by Treyarch? At the time, Infinity Ward was making them. I don't know who makes them now. There's probably another Sledgehammer made some, right? It's a solid game. The Call of Duties back then were always reliable, and it was still relatively fresh at that point. I've lost interest in the Call of Duties over the years. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. This is another one I got at a garage sale. I haven't played it yet. If someone's played it, let me know how it is. And this one came from a garage sale as well. Most of these last ones did. Borderlands 2, I haven't played this one either. Love the first Borderlands, and I heard this one's awesome too. Maybe I'll get around to playing it. Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed 3. Black Flag might be my favorite Assassin's Creed. It's awesome. You're using the ship in this one, the Caribbean. It's super fun. These two are connected because Connor is this? No, wait. This is Connor, and you are this guy's grandson, but I can't remember his name. Edward Kenway, there it is on the back, and Hatham is the son, and then he's Connor's dad. Both really cool. This takes place during the American Revolution. This is before that in the 1715. And you're meeting up with a bunch of known pirates at the time. It's really cool. You're going to different islands and stuff and doing stuff. And you get the classic kind of parkour stuff that Assassin's Creed's known for. It's real. This game's really good. Like, this game is awesome. And this is a good one, too. This one kind of got a little shit on, but I still like this one as well. But those two, talked about this in the pickup video, Bloodstone, 007. I did play some of this yesterday, and pretty enjoyable. You know, I did the first mission. It was kind of tutorial. It was fun. I was liking it. Near Daniel Craig in this one. It's not, I'm pretty sure it's not his voice, though. It does not sound like him. But good cover system. I was on a boat doing stuff. I'm in a car. Excited to play more. And this game, I got it for garage sale at $1. Alien Colony Marines, not Maroons, Marines. And I have not played it yet. But I think this one is not backwards compatible as well, so I'll have to play it on 360. But yeah, that is my Xbox 360 collection here today. And thanks for checking this out. And have a good day.